Welcome back, survivors. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to Ecosystem. So you guys were very supportive of the first episode that came out. I admit this is being recorded before the second's gone live, but you guys really were supportive for Ecosystem, like its launch into early access and stuff like that. I've gotten some interesting comments that have come through. One of them was in regards to trying to build, like, the mating grounds. The thing is, I don't believe that's kind of like how it operates anymore. Like, you don't exactly lay out the mating grounds anymore, I don't believe. What I think happens is, you know what? Yeah, I guess we'll see this area. Why not? Is you just kind of place down a general area of where the animals might be. I don't think you actually place, like, a mating ground area on the map. Or if you do, I just don't quite seem to know where that would be. But then one thing I also gotta do, I'm going to increase the time scale, because that's something where Ecosystem is a lot about just the evolution of letting what organisms are there evolve, adapt, and better fit to what the environment is. I'm going to try to also expand a lot more of the map. Well, maybe not expand the map, but expand the, like, green areas, or where there's a lot of life to them. So to do that, we gotta go into this area. Oh, okay. Well, the plankton's very helpful. Yeah, let's go for these. And you know what, I'm going just to... Let's just keep going with a lot of these, because who knows what we can find. Times egg. I feel like I've gotten a lot of normal stuff so far, so I just want to try to keep working at getting stuff. Ooh, sea urchins are an interesting one. And we'll do one more. Yellow or barrel? I guess we'll do that. Maybe we'll try bull kelp and red too. Okay, so. Oh, and I see that they actually do, like, different tiers for how much you get. That's interesting to know. Okay, so let's say bull kelp. It actually says that this is a good spot for bull kelp there. I admit the game's running a bit slower right now. I think that might be because of how many animals I got. Let me see if I can just lower that a little bit. Yeah, target is 60. I don't think I need that quite there. Lighting, I'll just kind of bring everything back. There we go, running a little bit smoother. Okay. Yes, and then, you know what, maybe we'll put some bull kelp there. And maybe a bit right there. And it really grows up to be pretty big. And then... Okay, I'm trying to see. Because, again, I want to try to expand areas of the map to almost have, like, different biomes to them. And you know, I'm going to see if I can put a light of plankton into... Is this... Yeah, this is the area between. So I'm going to make this kind of like a resource-rich valley, almost. So you can get some stuff just to randomly go into here. And we'll get some sea urchins around here as well. Try to just expand and see what we can do with this. Okay, and that looks like about everything we can do with the sea urchins around here. We do have some coral. Looks like they have a little bit of other. Okay. So these won't be around where plankton are. So this would be a good area to get them all kind of set up. And how are we doing for species now? Because it looks like we got quite the list. So the Scooter are the one that we did in the first episode, where we actually got something that doesn't have too many problems moving around. The limbs working together like that have helped propel it and keep it around. We've got the Cuskling, which actually looks like it's developing quite a bit more than what... It's upside down right now, but other than that, I think it actually could have potential with its design there. Now this guy I don't know about, just because it seems like just such a kind of mess of fins and limbs, but it seems to be figuring itself out somewhat alright. The Catamosia, This is another one that's just kind of seems like a weird bunch of ones just kind of sprouting off, almost like it's a budding coral animal in a way. And then the Rosray. Now these guys have actually been doing pretty good. And there's not too much to them. They are very simple, but it's simplicity seems to work right now. The Amavan. Now this might be a new one. Yeah, this is a bit of a new one, but they seem to be, again, doing much better now that time's kind of passing. They are also going... Oh, actually, you can even watch as, like, the plant life keeps spreading and continuing on like that. The Zigelba. Oh, Lord. Okay. You are... Okay, yeah, you're what we tried making as, like, a predator. You're sort of figuring out the movement, but maybe not really. I mean, if you can figure out how to just use your fins in unison, but I'm hoping maybe with some more time and generations they'll kind of get that better. The Gurnprow is a new one. So you're a new guy on the scene, and you... Oh, Lord. Okay, you're the one that looks like you're trying to, like, undergo mitosis with the way the other part of you is. And then we have the Daniobala. This is a new one. And basically looks like a... let me see, can I pause for a minute there? Well, it's definitely like a flatfish. It's literally just a completely flat pancake fish. Okay, but that's... Okay, so I want to try expanding more areas of, like, these barren stretches here, of trying to get something going up here. So, looks like these might be a good way to kind of start that off. At 0, what about bull kelp? No, that doesn't seem to be doing too good. That's only +3. Okay, what about some other stuff, like plankton here? And then these ones... Okay, that's only +7. I want to, again, try to find something that has... There we go. Just try to make some of these barren spots not so barren. And also want to see maybe about making some more stuff using... regular rock? Yeah, maybe we'll just try making some small mounds here or there. Just little spots to change up the terrain a little bit and see what might all come about or what influences that might have. And for the current, what I think I'll do is just have something that actually might just go around here in a bit of a loop. That might kind of go bad in the long run, just because then anything that's trying to spread can't really spread out too much. Oh, actually, the sea urchins, surprisingly enough, they are not bad to just, like, start off in the very fringes of an area. And maybe we'll try getting some for... Yeah, I'll just try the one in this area. Because on the mini-map, you can see that certain areas have a lot more life to them than others. My good lord, this area here is basically turned into a complete forest. Yeah, this is going to support a lot of life as long as anything can make it down here. This area... Ooh, the bull kelp is very nice to look at. So I might add... Yeah, this area might turn into a kelp forest if those keep spreading like that, which would be kind of cool to have right down in the very middle of this area. And over here, well, speaking of forest, we have another area like this. Take a look back here, because it looks like... Okay, you're, Pelsprats. You're one of the miscellaneous ones that hasn't really kind of gotten its footing yet. So it might be a while before things do kind of get their footing and that in place. Just want to see if there's anything else I can kind of put around here. I'm going to try putting the bull kelp just on these mounds and see. I mean, there's quite a few things here. We'll just have to give that some time. So I still have pockets that do have things to them. It's just going to be about watching and letting life probably do its own thing for a bit there. I want to find an area that's sort of well-sustained itself. Like has a good population of foragers and then making ourselves almost like an apex predator. Because I got an interesting comment that came in that was asking for stuff like the mating grounds and how you kind of try to get the flow of things there. But yeah, this area is looking a lot nicer now. Okay, so where is there a heavy population of animals? It seems to be a lot of miscellaneous are all over in this area. So I guess maybe I can use this kelp forest here as our starting grounds. Let me take a look and see. Yeah, the health here says 140. Now I'm going to put down another thing of foragers for here and just see what comes of that. I'm going to create a creature. And we're going to try putting in something that the game's probably going to have a bit of a difficult time with, but we'll see how it goes, because the comment that came in was asking about making the mating grounds for some migration patterns and to try doing stuff like Subnautica's Leviathans. So I'm trying to think of how I want to exactly make that possible. So I'm going to start with the simplest comes onto the top of my head, which is something like the Reaper Leviathan. I know it has like the 4 mandibles or 4 claws out the front, then I think it has the 2 long skinny flippers, so we'll start with those as our main kind of goal. So they were very long, skinny looking things. Flatten them a bit more. Okay, I think kind of something like that, and then we'll mirror that. Okay. And let's see, dependent copy or independent copy? No, we'll keep them kind of pendant on each other for now. Okay, so now this one, we don't want it added over there. No, come on, why? Wait, so they... That's kind of weird. Okay, so what if I do an add... Okay, so you have to select an original, almost like base limb for things to then work off of. So no, I'm actually going to remove that part. And let's see, so, as the main ones... So I'm going to actually give it a couple of segments along the body, so that way maybe it'll be able to undulate a bit more, although it looks like I can't exactly move the editor around quite too much. But it does almost seem to have a certain orientation it already, like, lines up for stuff. Okay, so then we'll... Yeah, make it more eel-like like that. I might actually, you know what? Let me see about moving these a little further back. See if I can actually, like, try to put it on more straight with the rest of the body. There we go. That's... I think it's looking a little bit better. And if I remember right, I think the Reaper Leviathan also had, like, almost like a tail fluke. So I'll try something, yeah, like that. And then we'll mirror that on the other side. You know, maybe I'll remove that for now. Let me keep working at this one here. Something like that, and then if we mirror over there... okay, it's a bit of something. I feel like I also need a bit of, like, pectorals or smaller fins just back here. Now, this is probably going to be the thing just flailing around completely weirdly and wildly for quite a while, but we'll see how it kind of goes. Yeah, let's make that super skinny. Then we'll rotate you down a bit. Okay, you don't like the... Okay, there we go. And then we'll mirror that. Okay, now we're going to look at the head. Now, I don't know if I should attach limbs here yet or not. The only reason being... yeah, I think 4 might be our best sort of option. The reason is, like, the Reaper uses those to grasp onto things. The game's definitely not at the point where it would understand limbs for use like that, so it's all just locomotion right now, so... maybe we'll just try to save you like this. So we'll call you the Eelviathan. Actually, the Eelviathan. And do that. Okay, so... where would be the best spot for you? Because it should be somewhere... we need to find forager species. I'm just trying to think of... like, where there's a good number of those. Surprisingly, that's... okay, we'll try right there. We'll see how the Eelviathans do. Oh, alright, space can pause. So you're not one. Actually, we'll have to wait and see if we can find one, because I thought we would have seen it somewhere up here. Although we've got kind of whale-like guys. I don't know why they're all the way up here. Okay, so they're somewhere in miscellaneous right now. Seems like there's actually quite a few in the miscellaneous right now. I wonder if that means I have to look at getting rid of a certain animal for a new species to kind of... okay. Yeah, fortunately, I'm not seeing what we may... oh! Or is that one there? Okay. Actually, no, I don't think you are what we made, are you? Oh no, you are an Eelviathan. You're just kinda drifting instead of using your limbs to move right now. Yeah, it looks like it has some problems just trying to move. I was hoping we would have seen it trying to... actually, all of them are just kind of doing this weird drift in the current. You can see some limbs are trying to figure themselves out, though. So I'm going to try boosting them. Just so that way, maybe if we can get them better established and they have some more time with all the limbs, they'll start figuring that out. But definitely looks like we're going to have to keep expanding and trying to... we'll get that, I guess we'll get that, and we'll get that. Because we also, if you guys look on the map, it almost looks like we have lost some areas that were once filled with some... just plant life, or we're kind of losing our fertile grounds to be able to get stuff going again. So I'm just going to try and see if I can get some of these areas a bit more established. It almost seems like it might be a good idea to try taking what's already there and just push it along the route a bit more. Just like the bull kelp does really well. And that should hopefully provide... Oh, Lord, what the heck are you? You just died, but maybe you're one of our Eelviathans. It might be possible. It does seem to be one of the big things is... As much as you want to make these complex creatures, they have to have their nerve system actually, like, develop and understand what their limbs are capable of. Like, this one is finally learning. This is part of Generation 1, but it does kind of seem to be using its body for undulation and movement. Now if we go to the neural network, this kind of shows you how they kind of adapt and develop for things. So over time that refines and gets much better to allow greater movement and stuff like that for them. Well, I've gotten some areas a lot nicer and a lot more green. Oh, it definitely looks like up here it's getting a little tighter perhaps on food. Like there's a lot of animals here. I wonder if this might be a spot to bring in our Eelviathans. Just to see if we can kind of keep the foragers in check here with how... Like, there's so much... As much as there's a lot of, like, grass on the bottom, there's not true plants or really developed plants. So that might be because we have too many foragers in this area, and hopefully with the Eelviathans there, I'm actually going to also look at... maybe calling these guys. They are one of the species that has so few to them. And they were our first attempt that didn't exactly do the best. So we're just going to accelerate evolution a little bit here. There we go, and now the Eelviathans are easier to find. I mean, they are going belly up, so we'll find them on the surface as well, but hopefully they'll establish a bit better, and with time they will be a bit more ferocious of a predator. For now, though, we will leave this episode of Ecosystem right here. Thank you guys very much for joining me on this episode of the series. If you do have any suggestions or ideas of what I should do in it, be sure to let me know in the comments. You guys, again, have taken very, very well to Ecosystem, and thank you all very much for the support in covering the series. I'm not sure what else we should do. Like, there are different biomes I could try doing. I want to do almost like a pit next. Like, make a very big pit, maybe even right around here, and see what that might bring about, or some changes like that. Just some stuff to experiment and tweak, which is what Ecosystem is all about. But thank you guys very much for joining me. If you did like the video, be sure to give us a like. Any comments, tips, tricks, or requests, as always, be sure to leave comments right down below. I always try to respond as soon as I can to anything that comes up on the channel. Until I see you all in the next video, though, survivors, please remember, as always, to take care and stay alive.